I said it to myself, and then I forgot. Fuck. Sparkle. Island game coming up. Oh, is that Final Fantasy music? It's still, like, I can't hear it at all, but yeah, you probably do hear it. Spotify is technically been playing. I'm surprised no one else commented on it. I guess it was subtly low enough that it was like hard to hear, but yeah. Sorry about that. If anyone heard that and it was distracting you, I legitimately apologize. Alright, so we have VinGzil versus Fishy. VinGzil versus... But it's Fishy spelled kind of weird. Fisheye, I think. I hope I'm right. Yes! Alright. Alright, so we'll go into game one on Sparkle. So, island map game. I don't know what races either of these players are. We're going to find out. Here we go. In the right-hand position as the green Protoss, we have VinGzil. And in the left-hand side as the purple Protoss, we have Fishy. Or Fisheye. Oh, I actually didn't quite spell his name right. He's got a SCH thing going on here. A different sort of dynamic. Let's correct that, if it lets me. It really doesn't like to let me, though, when I'm in the middle of a game. It's kind of weirdly laggy. But it's not the stream, and it's not the game, it's just like OBS gets weirdly laggy. F-I-S-C-H, come on. Well, we know what's going to happen. They're going to make gate, they're going to make pylon, they're going to make gate, and they're going to make gas. Actually, I guess they could Nexus. They could Nexus. But they're definitely going to make pylon first. Because there's no such thing as 9 Nexus. And as Noni famously told us many years ago, you will find that you need a pylon to make a gateway. And finally, we get Fishy's name corrected. And we can actually see we got a pylon. We got a pylon. Shocking, I know. We're going to have a gateway from VinGzil. And we're going to have a gateway from Fishy. No, oh, shit! Fishy is not sold on what build he wants to do. He sent the probe over, he's like, I'm going to make a... And then, no, he had a last-minute crisis, and he's like, nah, I'm going to make a Nexus. But VinGzil just proceeding confidently with his build, and I'm guessing we're going to see Shuttle from VinGzil. And yes, we're going to see the Nexus from Fishy. Fisheye, Fishy... Not sure how it should be said. This bothers the shit out of me. Apparently this is... Well, I guess it's centered for the gas, but... Why can't the minerals be in a location that visually is appealing? This is not visually appealing. This is not aesthetic. It's agitating. Alright, so Cybercore, obviously, given island that nature, should see a gas here from VinGzil, or from Fishy. Unless he's gonna go... No, he can't take 3 bases. Come on, bro, where's the gas? Where's the gas? You don't need to make Zlot first, you need your tech. It's island map. There's like no incentive to make a Zealot first. There we go, there we go. Just got a pylon first, that's okay. Core's done, let's see. Reveal your tech. Is it gonna be Robo? Is it going to be Robo? Yes it is! Probably making a Zealot to kill the gas back here. Alright. Or maybe Zealots are just being made because it feels awkward to players from all your years of playing to just not have a Zealot and just make nothing in your gateway. Yeah, it's like reflexive to make a Zealot. Now, if you're going to get Robo and Reaver, like, okay, Zealots legitimately make sense, but especially if you're just going to do early Reaver harass. Alright, Nexus is up. Probe's headed over. And of course the tech is basically a building behind for Fishy. That's the price he pays for the Nexus. I don't think you can DND, right? I thought I heard that like that doesn't work to just prevent that shit from being displayed. Alright, so is the Zealot going to come kill the gas? It looks like it. Tech building. Oh, okay, we have a repeat of what happened last time between Jealous and Batosai, which was Jealous went for the one-base shuttle play, and Batosai went for the Nexus with Corsair, and got some beautiful early catches that were pretty unfortunate for Jealous. But will the same happen this game? I guess if there's two main routes you would take. Well, the Corsair can take quite a variety of paths. So there's, like, theoretically the shuttle should get through without getting hit by the first Corsair more often than not. But it's kind of luck of the draw. Oh, it's going to do a 4-slot drop. This is interesting. But of course, this is also an inadvertent scouting shuttle because he doesn't have any intel yet. No idea what Protoss is doing. Neither of these players have a fucking clue. But this 4-slot drop, don't know if I like it or not. Because there's 2 slots in a goon, and there could be a second dragoon by the time these slots drop, but he's not. Okay, he's not making one. Will there be range? Oh no, he's going for air weapons because he's getting Corsair. All right, so the shuttle's going to come right in. Oh Jesus! I mean, you can't prevent the shuttle from landing. Fishy! You just flew by a shuttle. All right, so he comes, and units didn't pull back, so he definitely just didn't see it. Now he's going to see it. Alright, so he's going to deny the cannon, which I guess is kind of cool, but I don't know if it really gains him anything. I think there's enough units to defend here with the Dragoon. Corsair should eventually be tagged onto that shuttle, and that should be the end of that shuttle's life. Now, how is he going to play this with these Zealots? Is he just going to fight? If he just drills with the probes here, like, these Zealots are basically not going to accomplish anything. I mean, he killed 2 cannons, which is cool. He's being allowed to get a few more probes. Oh, fuck, he just killed his own probe. That Zealot for sure just killed his own probe. Everything cleaned up. Fear from Fishy. Oh, please get the shuttle. For the love of God, please get the shuttle. There we go. There's some moving shot action. What? Stop! Is this in the way of your Nexus? Your pylon is the Nexus. Whoops. Never mind. You can keep killing that. Alright, so we're getting second gateway. We got the Reaver. We should have speed coming out here pretty soon. So far, only 1 Corsair. Continuing to make Corseros, though. Alright, Dragoon's going to force the Corsair away. Adding a second cannon. And where does his game plan go from here? I mean, obviously you can get some initial Corsairs, but at some point you're going to need something other than Corsair. Alright, he's going to load up with Reaver Goon Harass. What's he going to do? Got the Corsairs flying around the map. Which route is he going to take? He probably shouldn't run out. Oh, his shuttle's actually pretty vulnerable. He doesn't have any cannons. Okay, he's got 3 Dragoons. I guess he can defend the shuttle up to a point at home. Alright, he should move out soon. He's actually got almost all paths open to him, unless he just goes straight across the map. Unloading. Okay, the Corsairs are diving for the shuttle. They're gonna get it too, I think. Maybe not. He's having trouble. He's gonna get it. Okay, so the shuttle dies. He only loses 1 Corsair. So that was really good for Fishy. Alright, so loading up a Reaver and Shuttle with his... Let's try that again. Loading up a Reaver and Dragoon with his shuttle. That's more what we meant to say. I don't think you can load shuttles with shuttles. We're not ready for shuttleception. And he's basically going to scout the Corsairs with his shuttle, which is pretty bad. Which is pretty unfortunate days. 1 Dragoon not going to save the shuttle. Might get a few hits on the Corsair. I guess it bothers the Corsairs enough to get him out of moving shot range, which is kind of nice. He'll be able to land the Reaver, but he won't be able to micro it. Oddly enough, turns the Corsairs away, and the shuttle will actually just die before the Reaver gets dropped. So that goes horribly. So VinGzil is having no luck with his micro, but it's kind of in spite of what Fisheye is doing. But both players have an expansion, and I don't think there's really an obvious player with an advantage right now. Like, VinGzil has a little more ground army macro going on, but he hasn't gotten anything done. Fisheye has a little bit of a Corsair advantage, but it remains to be seen how useful those Corsairs will be. And it looks like the Robo has just been given up on. Okay, so he's going to finish off the last shuttle. And the Robo idea has been given up on. He's going to finally take... Oh, that's a big difference. Never mind. Yeah, it is a big difference. He's like 1,000 gas ahead, so that's worth something. That's kind of bad that VinGzil hasn't taken his gas already. Like, anything you're doing, Reaver, Corsair, anything like that, it's pretty gas intensive, so second gas is good to have. And now Fishy is going to start taking his Nexus. These building placements are hard to follow. Alright, and we're going to go 1 Stargate Fleet Beacon. Interesting. Does that just go into carrier from there? Is that the game plan? Probably. Some very spaced out cannons, getting some air armor. Definitely intends to commit to air, that much is clear. That much is clear. That's a bad place to fly Corsairs. Bad place to fly Corsairs. Corsairs are kind of beefy. They only lost 1 Corsair doing that. He flew over like 6 Dragoons for quite some time. A little less painful than flying Muta over a small collection of Marines, that's for sure. Another Corsair popping out. No upgrades over here. Alright, so we are going to make another shuttle. And get Templar Archives. Going to add some more gateways. So it's going to be pure ground game for VinGzil against pure air game from Fishy. Although with a pretty serious economic advantage here from... That's probably overkill on probes. With a pretty serious economic advantage from Fishy. Especially with a few gratuitous donations of shuttles. Corsair's just trying to zone out the top of the space, looking for shuttles. Coming in, seeing what's happening. I do like that part from Fishy. He is doing a pretty good job exploring with his Corsairs. Sometimes he's throwing them away. Oh wait, a Corsair. That is a very bizarre decision, unless he just really wants scouting intel, in which case I guess I can kind of back that. He's going to see that the Nexus is going up from Fishy. And indeed, it is going to be carriers. So, alright. Well, this will be interesting. I don't think he's going to be able to shut down this Nexus. So that's going to give VinGzil a moment to at least kind of get on even point economically. But Fishy's got a decent economic advantage already and is going for those carriers. If he can scout this, it might be a time for mind control, which is somewhat decent against carriers. Got some options. I don't feel like carriers are really that scary in most PvP situations, even if it's an island map. I mean, if you can ferry 4 or 5 Archons around and just throw in mind control, you can get Arbiter with Stasis to neutralize some of them. Storm is pretty powerful against them. Okay, so that's... What's the point of that? To kill the shuttle? I guess that's kind of cool. De-webs the cannons, reduces the DPS, gets the shuttle snipe off. That is kind of a scary shuttle, 4 DTs, but enough cannons there that I don't think 4D, and especially with a Zealot or 2 to accompany, it's not going to be a lethal blow. Carrier plus Reaver. Oh, okay, Carrier plus Reaver is interesting. Makes it a little harder to do stuff with the ground army. But he has not scouted Carrier yet, so that may be an issue long term down the road. Corsero, another one diving into the base. He is bold with these dives into the base, man, let me tell you. He is bold. He's got to lose. 1 Corsair! How do you fly over? That is crazy. These Corsairs are like magic. They're like hardly even damaged. Oh, the DT shuttle. It gets 1 off. These are doing actually a pretty good job there with the shuttle jukes to unload him, but they're in range of the cannon, so... Yeah, it's a little late for DT drops into the main. It's actually a little bit funny because I don't actually think he has obs. Okay, he actually does have obs. So the DT's found this spot where he can attack the gateway. It has not scouted the carriers yet, though. I repeat, it has not scouted the carriers yet. So VinGzil is still in the dark about carriers coming. He does have 2 robos, but they're not making constant shuttles, which is a bit of an issue. And I do like the new vigilance that we're seeing with the Corsairs here from Fishy. He has done a pretty darn good job keeping those Corsairs active on the map and watching for what Protoss doing. Here you go, 8 Zealot drop. This one is one he's missed. And let's see how quickly he can drill those probes. Needs to drill. Oh, these cannons are just gonna... Actually, this is like one of the worst unloads I think I've seen in a while. As he I don't know what went wrong there, but it was a very, very delayed unload. So I think with good drills, this will get held pretty easily. Yeah, it's going to get held just fine. I think that should have worked, but was not well dropped here from VinGzil. Which VinGzil is having a problem with his micro. I mean, we saw a pretty bad drop earlier in the game, and we saw a pretty poor one there. Both had the potential to do some level of damage, particularly that last one. And on both opportunities, he was unable to capitalize on it. And there is the explosion. And I have a feeling, because remember, VinGzil hasn't scouted this. His DT was close. But either by luck or by skill, Fishy did not allow the carriers to drift over there. So VinGzil has no idea carriers are coming. He does not have an army designed to fight carriers. In fact, it's mostly Zealot Templar. And I think he's just going to get broadsided by like 6 or 7 carriers, which against the stuff he has and the composition he has, 7 carriers are going to mow that right down. Like Dragoons, a couple Dragoons by themselves are not the answer to carriers. He's got supporting cast of obs, and there's going to be, yeah, 6 or 7 carriers plus support. Nice catch on this shuttle, but a probe does get landed. So he can take a base there. Unfortunately, you can't de-web a base from being taken, or de-web a probe into oblivion. He's collected his carriers together. His 5, and then there's that, oh shit, what is this sound? God damn it moment from VinGzil. He's like, I wish I was better at scouting, because I might have done something differently if I knew this was coming. Come on, bring the Corsairs and de-web these. I mean, really, cannons aren't going to kill interceptors that much, especially in these numbers. So that's it for the 3rd base. We do have this Corsair still scouting around. We do have an Arbiter. Oh, okay, so he was saving it all for recall. That could be interesting. But I think the carriers should be able to clean up shop. It's only 6 Dragoons, like a 1 carrier per Dragoon. Pretty sure the carriers can handle that fight. Ground Army will do some damage, but the carriers will clean it up, and with the base cleaned up, it won't be good. I think he has to recall to the main to have any chance, but like from his perspective, I think he's thinking, okay, maybe if I recall to the main, I kill all the gateways, I can get enough defense at home and live the carriers. But with the way this is set up, especially with a Reaver here for support, and kind of spread out everything, this recall, I don't predict it doing much if it even gets off. It needs to go down soon. Alright, the recall is down. Oh, there's only 2 Dragoons in this recall. No, there's 6 Dragoons in this recall. Trying to target the carriers. It's just a matter of these Dragoons dying, though. Once these Dragoons are dead, carriers will clean up shop. Needs to back them up a little bit. See, the Dragoons are just going to feel so useless. It is getting him to bring his army back. And of course, he can also bring his army back with D-webs as well. Okay, he's not having a hard time keeping everything paid attention to, but here comes the rest of the fleet, and I think these carriers are just gonna drive this back into the ground, and there it is. GG. Fishy takes game 1 on Sparkle. And for game 2, VinGzil has elected to play on Circuit Breaker. Yeah, we had potential for DA versus Carrier, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Ending Life says that massing Dark Archons is not a good option. Maybe not massing them, but I feel like you could make 4 or 5 at least and pick some of them off. And if you're just like constantly picking off carriers and holding them off elsewhere. But hey, I have played DA versus Carrier probably like 2 times on BG8, so you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. But it feels conceptually like a few DAs should be able to pick off carriers from time to time. As we wait to update the map. Ending Life is Gosu compared to me, man. Ending Life is Gosu compared to me. Although TT1 seems to be suggesting that DAs are good against carriers, so... Wait, you can smartcast? Really? So if you mind control with like 6 DTs or 6 DAs, they'll like space out their mind controls or whatever without draining their energy stupidly? Either way, in the bottom right-hand corner, switching colors to make me extra confused, as the purple Protoss we have VinGzil, and in the top left-hand corner as the teal Protoss we have Fishy. VinGzil says bad strategy. Yeah, kinda. Yeah. 4 Zealot drops a little bit weird. You know, starting out with Reaver, getting speed shuttle, a few more Reavers. That can work out if you can find a way through the Corsairs. But yeah, just 4 Zealot drop for your first shuttle drop doesn't seem very powerful, especially when you get a draw that has you cross map. But of course now we're on Circuit Breaker, so we're going to see a little bit more of a normal-esque game. Normal-esque style PvZ. Or PvP. Alright, where the players are about to reveal their MMRs. I'm guessing... What? What? I was guessing 1600. Really? That's honestly astonishing to me. I guess I have just brutally insulted both of these players, to which I sort of apologize, and I realize Sparkle is different than we normally play, but that just didn't seem focused or collected the way I would expect from, you know, someone that's 2K+. Because 2K+ is usually hitting like IC Cup B, and that felt more like I was watching an IC Cup, you know, C- game. But now we'll get to see their standard play, and things might look quite a bit different than the confusion of playing on an island map that everyone's been playing for a grand sum total of, what, 2 months? 3 months? And foreigners probably, in general, quite a bit less. Alright, so they're both incorrectly scouting, but they are going to have... Are we going to have a probe kiss? Yeah, a little kiss. Oh, but Fishy was not paying attention and didn't get to make his scout about 5 seconds faster. Which might actually be the difference between the ramp being blocked off and not, except for the fact that it's Circuit Breaker and has a fat-ass ramp. Cybercore before Zlot for Fishy, and Zlot before Core for VinGzil. Another player opting to go Zlot-less, though. The greediest form of PvP. Alright, so Probe gets in without even taking a hit. Flawless victory. That was pretty sloppy, though. Fishy almost immediately losing his probe to these a lot. And Dragoon on the way with range, probably the same here. Wow, amazing. Almost the exact same timings, too. Look at that range similarity. It's like you can barely tell who's who. And VinGzil just moving that probe all around, keeping her alive. Keeping him alive, keeping it alive. I don't know what a probe is. It's like a robot, right? I know Dragoons are like Zlot souls, but I don't know what a probe is. I think it's just a mechanical thing. It's a medical device used for going inside your body. Okay. Okay, but what does this mean with goon range? A little bit unusual to do DT build with a goon range, or to do fast speed lot with goon range. But we see where it goes from there. And we wait to see the tech or options here from VinGzil. Who's gonna get a robo at the top of his ramp, so he should be fine. Unless he does something very greedy-esque. Okay, there's the Temple Archives. Dragoon range with Temple Archives is a little bit strange, but we'll roll with the punches. And VinGzil is going to come down the ramp. Getting 2 gateways, pretty typical. Well timed 2 gateways, so that part is all good. And the robo facility at the top of the ramp. Range done for VinGzil. And Fishy, of course, because they were about the same time. DT's on the way. Okay, gateway was actually just a smidge late. Pylon finishing up, and Dragoon's coming down to the bottom of Fishy's ramp as well. Now we check for tech. can't click on that, which is exceedingly annoying. I guess I can like temporarily remove this, right? What button do I need to press? Damn it. There we go. Are these just pylons? Please. Oh, now I can't see what... God dang it. That is pretty annoying. Can I get rid of the map? Yeah, I can't. Okay, it's inventory. There we go. We got somewhere eventually. I don't know which keys to press. Okay, there we go. Alright, so Dragoons kill off the probe. DTs are on the way. He has opted to make an observatory. So he's going to be fine, unless he just randomly walks out with his goons at the worst possible time and a DT runs into the main. DT is being split off, perhaps, to look for openings. Shuttle speed. So we're going to have some serious Reaver harass in response to this. And with low unit count, Reaver harass against DTs can be quite strong, especially once the DTs are repulsed. Don't run it with both DTs at the same time! What is this? Can he get the other one if he's got the Urbs in sight range? Yes, he can! Okay, he gets both. Nexus is up. Transfer of probes is happening now. Transfer of probes is not happening now. No cannons at the front, so that was ballsy. Had there been a DT build from Fishy, or from VinGzil, Fishy would have been completely doomed. Shuttle on the way. Kind of want VinGzil to do another 4-slot drop. And that is a nice well-timed mainer, right? I think, except for these probes that are carrying minerals already, because they're going to immediately turn around and be like, oh, I gotta go home. Is it perfect? Yes, that was pretty perfect. If those two probes wouldn't have been carrying minerals, it would have been like immaculate perfection. Timed literally to the millisecond. Got 8 goons, we got the shuttle, got a Reaver coming. And 3 gateways. Whoa, I forgot you can zoom in a little bit. I always forget you can use that option sometimes during battles and actually see what's going on, but... Alright, Forge is finished and Citadel on the way. Interesting to get a Forge super fast like that. 1 gate Forge is, well, that's a very aggressive Forge. Got some Templar coming out. Usually you'd see those a little sooner off the DT build to have a way to defend against Reaver, but this is going to be Reaver harass here from VinGzil, which Fishy is well prepared for. VinGzil picking literally the worst possible area he could come from. Now Speed Shuttle should be able to fly over that. If it works right, if he goes for it. Is he going to go for it? Yeah, he's going to go for it. Should be able to fly over it, especially with his lot being dropped like that. Reaver coming in from the back. Nice ballsy Reaver angle. We'll see if he flies into the main now. Scarab could go off of... Okay, but it doesn't. Oh, and the shuttle goes down. So that was disaster. Fishy... Wait, that was... No, that was VinGzil. VinGzil has had absolutely zero luck with his drops. His 4-slot drop got slaughtered. His 8-slot drop got slaughtered. It didn't even get a cannon. And his Reaver drop got slaughtered. It got nothing. I don't think the Scarab... I think the Scarab dudded, and it literally he's gotten like 3 probes in the total of all of his drops. So he is either having the worst luck of his life, or it needs to go back and work on his drop execution a little bit. Alright, so we got what, 4 gates, 5, 6 gates now for Fishy. VinGzil is just going to hit his macro as well. Take it up to 6 gates. So both players on equal gateway macro. Storm and Legs on the way here for Fishy, and VinGzil is getting his +1 and his Legs and his Storm. So yeah, both players basically getting similar upgrades. They have not really scouted each other yet. All VinGzil is seen as the natural, but he does have an obs now about to scout the main, and Fishy doesn't have a clue what is going on. He's got an observatory, has not made an obs yet though. VinGzil is going to get a feel of that gateway count. Oh, actually I lied. Fishy has made an obs. I guess he just hasn't sent one across the map. So VinGzil coming in, seeing that there's some gateways going down, and Fishy tracking that obs to assassinate it. Gets off 2 hits and should finish it off here. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, observer. And Obs is across the map now for Fishy, who is putting up a boatload of gates. Has he added more gates? No, he's got 7, 8, 9, 10 gateways on 2 bases. What the hell? Sorry guys, I really am having a hard time seeing how this is 2K. But we shall see. 10 gateways on 2 bases is a shitload of gateways. Like, I literally don't know how you could have the money to spend off 10 gateways. Unless you're just planning to miss macro cycles all the time. And do some, like, super all-in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways. And that Obs is found and killed. He has seen the gateway count. And we've loaded up a few Templars, so VinGzil is going to attempt another drop. Oh, whoa, we got a drop over here. And this one has finally struck some form of gold as he gets probably 2/3 of the probes here at the natural. And a DT is also coming over here to the 3rd base, and VinGzil is looking to go into harass mode. Unfortunately, he did lose the shuttle. So you can't just immediately return, hide, and try to harass both bases at once. But some nice probe kills there for VinGzil, slowing down the economy a little bit. Both players taking their 3rd at reasonably similar timings. So that part of the game will stay even, and in general, it's a pretty balanced game. DT picks the wrong target. Probably should have killed the probe first, then switched over. But it will draw the ire of the army as the shuttle prepares to fly in. And there's nothing on the drop path to scout it, so it's all going to be a question of reaction times. The second he opts to fly in here to the main with the shuttle. Interesting route going straight into the main, making it harder to run the probes, I guess. Here we go. Slots are dropped. Templar down. Reaction? Reaction negative. Reaction negative. Oh, he needs another storm now. Jesus, they're so clumped. What? He's going for the drop over here. Just misses. Does he have any more? No, he doesn't have enough energy. Sad days. But damage being done in the main, so Fishy's probe count is taking a hit. These probes are not being run. Yeah. Yeah, they're just eating and dying to a zealot right now. Looks like no counter harass or anything like that is going on. And that economy from Fishy right now is not healthy. Less than a probe per patch. Basically a probe per patch. Less than a probe per patch. Compared to over a probe per patch. Almost 2 probes per patch. And at least a probe per patch from VinGzil. And of course Fishy has 10 gateways, so his money's obviously low. If your money's not low with 10 gateways on 2 bases, with 1 probe per patch, you've got issues. You've got issues that need to be resolved. And VinGzil is going to take a 4th base, get his 3rd gas, which is something that Fishy definitely does not have right now. Now, given the weakness of Fishy's economy and the supply difference being kind of subtle, there's a chance that Fishy has the better army. Although, well, no, it's not collected, but this looks like a big army. Part of the reason it looks big is because there's a lot of dragoons, which always just take up space and make an army look physically intimidating. Oh, okay, good scout for Fishy, even if the Obs does die. And another shuttle over here for VinGzil, actually probably the original shuttle, still 2 Templar, more harass potential. It's going to build a... No, he's not going to build a cannon on the drop path, so that's a bit unfortunate. So the drop path to the main is still open. The drop path to the natural is kind of defended. The 3rd is ridiculously exposed. And he's picked the worst possible time to move out relative to when the shuttle's going to come in. And it looks like VinGzil is in good position up on top of the high ground to do anything. Oh no, actually VinGzil is horribly out of position. He's going to have to sack this base. But if he sacks it and in return gets like 10, 15 probe kills, it's a great sack of a base. It's worth it. And he might even be able to catch this army. Now let's see how he decides to play this. Shuttle's just chilling. Okay, these cannons are going to make him miss some of his timing, and we're going to have a major engagement. Oh, good Templar pick-off here, and those storms are absolute. Oh, the last storm was okay-ish. It does kill a Templar. Trying to go in for some Templar snipes, but he's kind of moving into the bulk of the army now, and the storms have been pretty good, but the arc here for VinGzil is wonderful. Will it be enough to punch through here? He's got a few Archons in the mix, and yeah, it's more than enough. VinGzil is taking this fight in dominating fashion. The storm should be about out. The shuttle harass is thinking about happening. Maybe it happened. Yeah, it looks like some shuttle harasses also happened during that battle. Probes have been pulled. This Templar has 10 kills. The last of this army is getting cleaned up. This Templar has now died with the cannons finishing. Looks like it was sniped off. Looks like he's just going to be able to fly out the front door. Might even storm to kill it. Nope. Not about those reactions. Okay, yeah, the Nexus was going to die, but he also gave up his entire army, and now with all the economic damage that happened and the army supply cleaned up, the disadvantage that Fishy is at is fully revealed. That was a trade he could ill afford to make. He needed to just go for the Nexus and get the hell out of Dodge and try to macro back up, but now he's lost his army and should be brutally far behind, given his so painfully thin economy. It's just not healthy at all. Looks like the shuttle harass is going to continue here. VinGzil being very relentless. The shuttle harass is kind of changing my opinion now. VinGzil suddenly was like, okay, I've had enough shitty drops, and I'm actually going to do a pretty damn good job dropping you and fighting battles at the whole time. Like, VinGzil got off decent Templar drops while really setting up a beautiful arc and fighting it. Like, that was very, very well done, and obviously has caused Fishy incredible problems, who is probably just going nuts right now at everything getting harassed and ripped to pieces. Templar being forced to Desperate Storm. A nice storm on the clump of the Zealots, though, you gotta admit. Does soften those up a ton, but obviously the Templar macro is getting pretty high now because the minerals are just running dry. So he's like, I gotta burn the gas, I gotta have something I can spend my money on to keep these huge gateways. You see, not all of them can even be used, there's just nowhere near enough money. Even with what looks to be 3 bases. Of course, 3 thin bases. Alright, is VinGzil going to go for the killing blow? He's got almost double the supply. He ought to be able to deliver it if he wants to. Here we go. Running in, Zealot's getting a nice initial engagement, forcing a bunch of close storms that will burn off most of the Templar storms and then allow the main army to come in here. He's kind of has to storm his own units too. Good storms, but the army getting eaten up. Now double supply for VinGzil, who it looks like is going to charge down the ramp and break him. Fishy has discovered he's got a few other units here. He does have a lot of Templar, a lot of storms. He might actually hold this off, especially without there being too many reinforcements. Depends on if he can hit some good storms from these Templar. I don't see any other harass going on at the same time, but VinGzil is going to take a few other bases. And this will not be the army that does it, but there is a second reinforcement on the way. Gets a storm off on the Archon. Does not hit that Templar, but we've got the Zealot train coming across the map. Will it be enough to punch through? It's looking like it might be. Oh, okay, storm's going off on the probes, taking down a lot of them. Cannons are being targeted down. Archon should die pretty quick with a few goons. Nicely targeted on it. Nice army control there from VinGzil. And that looks to be about it from Fishy. He's going to need a hell of a reinforcement. I mean, it'd be nice if VinGzil would get all these units coming up. He'd be winning now. But because of slow reinforcements, Fishy is going to be able to drive VinGzil back and hold on to this base for a bit longer. So Fishy clinging to life, but being forced to run his probes, and he's still at half supply. Oh god! Oh god! It's going to allow him to kill the Nexus. Jesus! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Yeah, that was like side by side. We shall help you kill us. We know we're dead. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Very unfortunate. That like basically seals his fate. I mean, he just targeted down his one significant mining base. Basically mined out there. Doesn't have probes there. So at some point, VinGzil should be far enough ahead now that he just kind of collects his army and 1A, 2A, 3A is his way to glorious victory. He's getting a few more Templar out. That has been one of the things keeping Fishy alive, as Fishy has hit some really good storms, and VinGzil has either been focused elsewhere or has just not had the most ideal storm dodging. I feel like Fishy's storms have really been dealing some severe damage. You can see what VinGzil's preparing for here. The old, I'm going to attack up here and draw your army away, and then I'm going to ram these Zealots. Okay, he's not going to do that. He's actually going to just go check this base. Fishy's out of position. Can he go for the Nexus snipe? Yeah, he probably can get it. Is he going to go for it? No, he's just going to run in here. Which has drawn Fishy's army totally off position now. We'll see if VinGzil just comes down from the high ground and causes all kinds of problems. His army should get reasonably eaten up here and taken care of. Oh, but he's getting Templar snipes, which is actually a pretty big deal. Nice target firing there from VinGzil. We'll get that other Templar, and that's going to allow the larger side of his force to come in here, and there's only one Templar, and there it is, GG from Fishy. VinGzil takes the second game, and the series is tied 1-1. So Cancer X is apparently his ID. Apparently his ID. Alright, and the next map is going to be what? It's going to be Tau. Tau Cross to decide the fate of the world. Tied up 1-1. Fishy having taken the weird game on Tau on Sparkle, and VinGzil taking the standard game on Circuit. And now on to a final decisive game on Tau Cross. BSL Chobo League Day 2. VinGzil versus Fishy. Over on the left side, as the green Protoss, we have Fishy. And at the top right-hand corner, in the 1 o'clock position, as the purple Protoss, we have VinGzil. Of course, Tau Cross, an unramped map, meaning open naturals, zealot pressure can be stronger, faster dragoon pressure can cause problems. It is a very narrow entrance to this base. I believe you can actually pylon it off. Probably not something you'll see, but can create some interesting situations, some wall-in situations, much like you can on Heartbreak Ridge. There's some depot blocks, forge blocks you can do on that map. Pylon here, and pylon there, pylons everywhere. And will VinGzil scouting early? Will he scout in the correct direction? We wait to see with bated breath. It looks like the answer is no. Nope, he's going to go to the wrong base. So if he was hoping to get there really early and just be an obnoxious little man with his probe, it's not going to happen. Gateway and gateway, so no 12 next play. Should see VinGzil turning around promptly. And Fishy is going to scout also incorrectly, it looks like. I'm assuming the probe would have already been pathing this way. So they will meet on the way down. We'll see if Fishy's paying attention. Actually, no, that doesn't necessarily tell him anything. Doesn't actually tell anything. He could just be coming from that base. Both players taking their gas. And Fishy's going to see absolutely nothing. Not anything at all. Sees no gas. And around we go. And VinGzil into the main of Fishy. Opting for core first with no slot this time. So that is a bold move by Fishy on an unwrapped map. Oh, never mind, he does start to sell it. I was going to say, on an unwrapped map, to go slotless would be really ballsy. Core on the way. And out pops the Zealot. He knows there's a probe around. VinGzil just kind of hiding in at the bottom of the base. He's paying pretty good attention. Starts to run just before the Zealot arrives. Not quite quick enough to avoid a hit entirely, but was obviously paying reasonable attention to the probe. Cybercore! Yep. Neither player should be revealing any tech to the other. We can see Dragoon range started. Dragoon is out now, so should be able to get rid of this probe. Although Zealot is coming to harass, I think he'll get the probe, and then he'll deal with the Zealot. Alright, so should be able to deal with this harass just fine. Let's see if he can pull probes nicely and efficiently. And can he keep his probe alive? If he could do all of that, that would be quite something. Ah, the Zealot's going to get a kill, but that is all it'll get. And he does keep his probe alive, so props there to Fishy. That can be tricky to do. Oh, nice little pylon there to prevent the probe from going around. And now Dragoon's out, can kill that probe. And both players can put down however they want to proceed with their gameplay. For Fishy, that is a robo. For VinGzil, that is a one-gate expansion? No. second gateway. So gate against gate robo. And a pylon at the front. Some speed or some range. Should be almost done for both players. Yeah, getting there. And there's the second gateway for Fishy. Do we have a robo? I think we do, yeah. So, very similar builds, just subtle difference. You know, it's gate robo gate from Fishy and double gate robo from VinGzil, so a slightly faster reaver here from Fishy, but it shouldn't make a huge difference in terms of anything that happens build and battle-wise, as there would be travel times across the map, and that should be offset. Like, it shouldn't be possible to arrive with a reaver and shuttle from VinGzil before Fishy has a reaver and shuttle of his own. In fact, we can see that Fishy is being confident and skipping Observer entirely, so a bold move, but I guess he figured DTs were played last game, so VinGzil is probably not going to double DT him. And he would be right, so this will be fine for him. It will allow him very fast harass, or a fast timing if he wants to go that route. Should see that reaver starting here ASAPly. There it is. You can see obs first for VinGzil. And it looks like VinGzil is thinking expansion. Not a guarantee, but it looks like it. Would almost like to see those Dragoons a smidge further forward, so that if a probe rolled in, you know, he wouldn't be able to see the lack of nexus here. Now it's better. The probe would die about here. Would not see, confirm or deny the existence of a base, but with that probe there, we can tell he is obviously posturing now to take a, to go ahead and expand, and it looks like perhaps the same. Well, there's no probe there yet from Fishy. But with the fast robo, I think he might be intending to go for some sort of reaver timing. Get that second reaver and then see if he can break VinGzil at the front. No speed, so break focus play. We got, what, 6 Dragoons? Should have a little bit higher Dragoon count here. We got 7 with 8 and 9 already done, so we got 9. And now Fishy has 8. So there'll be a slight Dragoon advantage. Crawl Reaver should be on the way. And there might be a Reaver advantage, so VinGzil, Fishy will have an opportunity here to get some damage done on VinGzil if his control is sharp. Here comes that second Reaver. Let's see what he does. Load that bad boy up. And let's go. I think he's going to attack. He hasn't made anything. VinGzil does get the scout off. Will that change anything he does? Will it prompt him to make a battery? Is he feeling confident and his first Reaver's out? How quickly will that second Reaver get started? Fairly fast. Now it all comes down to the control. How is the execution here from Fishy? Okay, so he is keeping a few Dragoons back, which will be an issue. He's going to need to bring them to the front here as soon as he sees what the shuttle is doing. Well, the shuttle's got to be careful. I don't believe he's going to harass. Oh, he is going to... that's really surprising. Oh, it's totally spotted, too. Totally spotted. Maybe he just wants to try to sniff out how much army there is. Yeah, he has gotten a battery, so he's a little bit worried about this attack. And now we'll see how the control is here from Fishy, which is what it's going to come down to, as VinGzil is otherwise going to be in a pretty strong position with that Nexus up. Reaver's laid down. Shots are fired. Alright, is he ready? He's got to be ready to pick up. Oh, no, that is a big mistake. The shuttle should get picked off. It does. And now he can send goons forward and snipe the Reavers. Just got to work his way back with the Crawl Reavers. That should have ended any attempt here from Fishy to bust in. One Reaver goes down immediately. The second one should follow. Dragoons are doing some damage to the choke. Not everything running in, but there are still 2 Reaver in the backfield here that should take care of the single Reaver as they trade Scarabs. Bam, down it goes. Fishy demolished at the front. VinGzil holding no problem, and now at a very large lead. Oh man, I don't know. That was weird. It was obviously not good shuttle control, and I don't know what happened there. But if that is your normal shuttle control, I would not have played an aggressive Reaver build with the series on the line 1-1. Yeah, we can see Nexus just started as opposed to a completely finished Nexus where he's already mined 100 minerals. So this is a horrible, horrible position for VinGzil to be in, or for Fishy to be in. VinGzil going up to 4 gates. Fishy can't afford to do that. He's going to get Reaver, and pretty soon here there should be a counter timing from VinGzil with the shuttle. That will be a big deal for Fishy to hold. Got 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, pretty even counts. Yeah. Now what should happen here is VinGzil should wait for probably 1 to 2 round of goons off of his 4 gates, and then he'll be at an obvious army superiority advantage, plus shuttle and 2 Reavers, and should be able to do some aggressive pressure. He might even make a second shuttle, since he has this Reaver already done. And just leaving a Reaver at home, it's not like Reaver at home is going to defend harass. So you might as well bring it with you. Alright, so here we go. VinGzil moves out. Nexus is finished for Fishy, but solid advantage for VinGzil. Obs are going to cross paths but not see each other. Goon's on the way. We'll see if he resets his rally points. Nice 5-gate macro. Citadel going up. I like it. Going to put him into a tech advantage as well. And still just 2 gates for Fishy. So if Fishy trades... Fishy has to trade well here. If he trades evenly, he's going to die to reinforcements. So we'll see if VinGzil has better micro than Fishy. So it basically comes down to the micro. Definitely a Dragoon advantage now for VinGzil. Fishy better have some Dragoons popping out. He does have at least 1 coming out. Unfortunately not 2. And VinGzil moving his army down here. Obs is going to see that some stuff is getting built down here. There's a probe posturing to take a base. But right now, Fishy's main mission is to deal with this attack in the natural. VinGzil kind of clustering everything up right at the front. And we'll see how the Reaver control is. There we go. Oh, those are some initially very good scarabs. This is probably not the best way to fight this. I think VinGzil is trying to brute force it. I don't know if he can do that. Good Reaver pickup. He needs to get assassination shots on these Reavers and bring these goons together. They're kind of clump fighting, not very efficient, so this is exactly what Fishy needed. He's trading better than VinGzil for sure. Now he needs to drop those Reavers, though, and pick off these... I'm surprised he's not going to... Oh, he's only got 1. Okay, never mind. That's a little more reasonable. And it looks like now VinGzil coming back across the map. But look at what he has in store. You know, now he's got what, 8 Dragoons. All right. Well, I guess now that Fishy's got his gateways running, it's not as bad. But a 3rd base going up for Fishy, or for VinGzil to put him even further ahead. And of course, he's got his Citadel tech done, leg speed on the way. Starting to see some slots being added to that mix. And with just 1 Reaver, Fishy can't defend. If VinGzil attacks right now, Fishy cannot defend. I don't know if he's going to sniff that out, but there's no way in hell 1 Reaver defends a bunch of speed lots and Dragoons running in on top. It's just, you know, he needs to have like 2 or 3 Reavers or whatever at the natural base to defend, and possibly wall this off. But 1 Reaver is just not enough splash to prevent a bunch of Zealots running in and just causing everything to die, especially with Reaver support, which VinGzil should have. Oh yeah, he does. It's right over here. Did he get off? Did he get a bunch of probes? I don't know. I was just a smidge late seeing that. We'll see if he dives back in later. He made a 2nd shuttle. He likes the harass. He had success with it last game. Adding a 6th gate now. 3rd base is just about up. Should see a probe Maynard here at some point. It looks like the Reaver definitely got some kills too. Economy is very thin right now from Fishy. And interesting pylon, perhaps just a spotter pylon. Shuttle gonna go somewhere else. Other shuttles just hanging out. Probably had 2 Reavers, lost 1, got some kills, etc., etc. And Fishy is moving out. This might be a last gasp attack, but VinGzil's got... Oh, okay, he's got 2 Reavers there, a group of goons, a group of Zlots. Should be pretty fine for VinGzil here. It's gonna be sort of an awkward meeting of the armies. Oh, this is not good, though. Fishy's, like, got half of his army out of position, and VinGzil is going to be in decent position, but he's just going to pull back. He's like, oh, I didn't really expect him to go out and attack me right now. Alright, so army positioning. That's pretty decent army positioning here for VinGzil, he's got the Reavers down. He needs to get him involved in the fight. Scarab's going down, picking off the Zealots. They're trading reasonably evenly right now, which is great for VinGzil, who's far ahead economically, and he just has too much. You can see Fishy's army is getting decimated. Does get a nice shuttle snipe off, but both of VinGzil's Reavers are still alive, and he's got a bunch of goons. Should be able to just walk on top, assassinates the shuttle, will then pick off the Reavers, gets the one, gets the second one. This Reaver's derping around, being stupid, but he's not even going to be able to pick it off. And that is it. GG. You can see he was going into harass again, but not going to happen. And VinGzil takes the win 2-1 over Fishy.